May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is November the 8th, Tuesday. Let's have a look and see what's in store for us today, friends. So taking a look at QuantBox, looking at the euro dollar, we've still got that neutral bias, mixture of data. I'm still seeing mostly red. Retail sentiment currently coming through at 1 with 29% long and 71% short. Trend reading at a 2, but everything else is red, -1 in favor of selling euro dollar. From a news perspective, we've got low impact news coming out of the various European countries. What else we got? We've got some low and medium, more European countries. We got some medium and high retail sales out of Italy, a speech, some more low and high retail sales, some more low and high retail sales euro area. Lots of European news on the slate today. Then in terms of the States, that's what I'm really interested in. Remember, we're looking for that inflation data. Got a speech later. Otherwise, it seems pretty chilled. Okay, cool. So we'll jump back into, we'll look at euro dollar in a second in terms of technicals. Pound dollar. We are neutral in pound dollar. Oh, goodness. And quite a mix of greens and reds on this chart. Okay. We've got some data coming out of the UK today. Got a speech. Some low and medium tier news. No, just basically a couple of items. Okay. USD CAD. Neutral. Aussie dollar USD is a sell, and Kiwi dollar is neutral. Wow. So the only thing coming through with a bias is Aussie USD. Taking a look at our yen pairs, neutral, CAD yen, Aussie yen, sorry, CAD yen is a buy. Euro yen is neutral. Pound yen is neutral. And Kiwi yen is a buy. Gee whiz. Okay. Let's have a gander at the charts. All right, so from a euro dollar perspective, and I'm only looking at euro dollar because, again, lots and lots of reds. The only thing that came through as green was the retail sentiment and trend reading, but there is no trend right now. So price coming up yesterday and closing at this resistance on the left-hand side over here. Okay. That's something to pay attention to. So we'll leave that in. On the H4 time frame, we can see here we haven't had, if we try to translate that daily chart through to H4, let's do that. Let's add a line just off this candle here. Let's see, it's a high of 1003.40. Okay. All righty then. So coming into the markets at London, we're over here, this red candle. We can see here Asia price coming up off that daily time frame. Looking at the H1 time frame for Asia, Asia bias candle is over here. Note how we hadn't broken resistance, we hadn't closed at support. But looking at your M15 chart, you can see here, if we look at Asia, which is right over here, at the time of Asia, we didn't have a double top. Price hadn't broken the 55. That has happened now. Okay, price is now broken at 55. So we're looking for a pullback up to the top to make that double top on the 50-minute time frame, and then price to drop down lower low, lower high. We don't have that at this present moment in time. So from an H1 perspective, I'm still waiting for price to pull back up to sell up here somewhere. From an H4 perspective, I'd love to see a green candle closing at resistance, but ultimately I could just be trading this price at this resistance in the daily time frame. So ultimately I could just be looking through the time frames and paying attention to M15, for example, and looking for price to either close at resistance or come up and double top. Okay, you've broken that 55 now. The problem is the 21.55 have crossed, and if you look at the charts, we have had instances where price has closed at resistance. You can see there's an instance there, and there's an instance there. Okay, but right now at London, going into London, you can see we're currently low. I'd like to come up higher so I can sell up higher. So I'm going to let H1 and the time frames all sort themselves out and pay attention to what this looks like closer to New York in the close of this bias candle. And if it just drops, then so be it, right? I need to have that set up on the M15 chart because that's how I confirm the tactics for my trade. Taking a look at the pound dollar, again, also neutral on fundamentals. But looking at that, you can see still very much sideways, very much consolidating. Looking at H4, price coming up into this resistance over here. Okay. And that was 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock candles down. Okay. So translating that through to H1, we've got price now coming down. M15 looks the same as euro dollar. Currently pretty low. Would like to see a move higher up. So I'm going to treat the pound dollar the same way as euro dollar. I'm going to wait to see what happens in this next London session. See if we can't get higher up to come and close that resistance, at least on an M15 chart. Give me some kind of lower high, close at resistance, double top, something that tells me I can sell this at London open. Okay, no point in selling now just because you got bearish moves in earlier sessions. You've got to trade the market as it is right now. Okay, so I'm going to wait for that. Keep an eye on that throughout today's session. Maybe opportunities at New York. Kiwi dollar was a bit of a mixed bag. Oh, waiting for update. Let's see if we can get some Kiwi dollar inside here. So I'm not seeing anything on the daily time frame. Price is coming up. I'm not seeing any roll reversals on the H4 time frame. So I'll leave Kiwi dollar alone. USD CAD. We've continued breaking down lower. Okay, I'm still looking for that higher, higher, higher low. If you're looking to buy, nothing appearing so far, so I'll leave that alone. And then our yen pairs, just having a look at these. Even though we got neutrality on fundamentals, you can see they look at that daily time frame, still very much clustered. Looking at the CAD yen. Still very clumped together. So I'll leave those alone. Looking at the euro yen. Also, I don't see any roll reversals, price chilling up here. So I'll leave that alone. Pound yen. Okay, so price moved down last week. Prices moved up this week. Price coming up into this role reversal over here on the left-hand side. Okay, that's cool. Let's mark that off. Then on H1, M15, it's got M15. Yeah, same, looks the same as pound dollar. I need that move higher up, coming up close at resistance. Things are a little bit messy. Need some better structure just to see price closing at resistance and then taking that trade. I'll wait for New York on that one as well. And then Kiwi yen is a buy, but as you know, I'm not buying Kiwi yen right now because it's way too high. So I'll just leave that one alone. So my view is I'm going to keep an eye on euro dollar because of price being at that resistance over there. On the H1 time frame, I'm just going to wait and see if I can get a move higher up. H1, M15, whatever the case may be, just either close at resistance or come up higher up. Would love to see a double top and then price come down, lower low, lower high. That'd be ideal, seeing as we've now broken that 55. We never double topped after breaking the 55. Notice how that worked. We came down, we came up, came down, lower high, came down. I'd love to see price come all the way back up. So I'll keep an eye on that. And then pound dollar is the same thing. I'm going to do the exact same thing on pound dollar. Keep an eye on price coming up higher. Maybe an opportunity to sell up here somewhere or lower low, lower high. And then, of course, matching that with the euro yen. Let's just have a look at euro yen. Okay, so euro yen, we don't have a roll reversal on euro yen. But, I'll keep an eye on this candle here, the New York candle. How's our 15-minute chart looking right now? Okay, so very much like the euro dollar. So I'm going to pair euro yen and euro dollar and pound yen and pound dollar together. And let's see what we get in terms of price action during the course of today. Does price come back up and double top? Can I sell these high? Okay. And maybe just to the dollar pairs, because at least with the dollar pairs, I've got that bullish view on dollar, whereas the yen pairs, I've got neutrality. So perhaps even wiser just to stick with the euro dollar and the pound dollar. It seems I've got fundamental bias on my side with those two pairs. Okay. I'm looking for inflation data this week on the dollar. I'm paying attention to what Powell said. Powell said, be aware that there are more rate hikes coming, a lot more. We're nowhere near done. So I'm looking at December and I'm saying there's going to be a hike in December because like the jobs on Friday, jobs are still running hot. So as far as that's concerned, all good. Do we get a jobs report before the next Fed meeting? Most likely. So we'll pay attention to that data. But inflation data this week, are we going to suddenly see inflation data dropping? Well, maybe. The price is rather high. And if you are a dollar bull, then selling high will be a great thing to do. We just need to confirm the price action. Okay, we need to confirm bearishness. So euro dollar and pound dollar, great places to do that. Let's have a look and see how things set up during the course of today. And if I get an opportunity and I get what I'm looking for on these pairs, then I'm ready to rock and roll. If not, then I'm going to wait patiently until I do. Okay, that's my plan for today. And I know that we've got neutrality on euro dollar, but I'm looking at this and I'm breaking down the score and I'm saying, okay, well, I'm going to ignore trend reading. I'm just going to look at seasonality, GDP growth, inflation, all these reds, okay? All these reds. And of course, COT data is interesting being at a zero. That is a concern, okay? That is a concern, but we'll see how that changes. Remember, the COT data we're looking at here was before the meetings came out, because there's a reflection of that previous week. So is that correct? It would have been Friday. Friday was after the meetings. So no, that it would indeed be after that. So that's also a concern, zero there. Okay. Pound dollar. See, pound dollar is a good one, but the problem is all this green and red mixed up here. Hence the neutral. So that's fine. If my technicals don't confirm anything, I don't do anything, I'm aware of that neutrality, I'm aware of being a little bit more risk averse with these pairs. Maybe we're in this case of wait and see, and But I do definitely want to pay attention to price action as we get closer to that inflation report that's coming out. In the meantime, just look at the charts, look at the data. If you're looking to sell, you're selling lower highs. If you're looking to buy, you're buying higher lows. That's it. And if you don't get them, then just wait. Keep your powder dry, stay disciplined, stay patient, and stay liquid. Good luck for today, my friends. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.